Ameritrader, Tina here, ShortMeTina.com with my daily recap. For those that are tuning in, just a reminder that I will be doing a video every single day for the month of March with the exception of the weekends. I'm just trying to get back into the swing of things. So today's March 3rd, so let's just get into it. Right now what you're looking at is the S&P 500. It's a daily chart. We had a bit of a sell-off today, closed at 381.42. We lost about 1.3% on the day. And I've been saying for quite some time, definitely the videos that I did this week, and I think the video that I did on Sunday, where I said I'm paying attention to this trend line here that I started from March 2020 lows. I think it's a very important line, hence why we flirted with it or have been flirting with it for the past few trading weeks. You can see that we flirted with it here, but we got the bounce, flirted with it here, we got the bounce, and we've been flirting with it the last 3 or 4 days. We are getting the bounce, but the bounces have been shorter, or the highs off of that bounce have been percentage-wise a lot smaller. So it's quite interesting that we're off about 1.35%, 1.32% on the day with a decent volume, again close to 381.42, which is close to session lows. Session lows comes in at 381.31. So I'm definitely heading into tomorrow. I'm definitely paying attention to how the markets opens up, and I'm paying attention to the low of 381.31. If we break that low, we're going to technically breach this line. I can see obviously bulls stepping in to try to save it. But then that'll be telling, whether or not we can actually rally or if we crater some more. Ideally for me, obviously nobody wants a market correction or a bear market, but for me, the ideal pullback, right? The ideal pullback would be around, that 350, 360 level, all right? So just paying attention to this line to see whether or not we break it for the remainder of the week. What else? All right, and then we have Moderna, ticker MRNA. It's a daily chart. We're off about 10% on the day, closed at 131.22. The lows clocked in at 131, so we definitely closed relatively close to session lows. Generally speaking, when that happens, I expect follow through the next trading day. So I'm expecting, especially if the overall markets collapses or pulls back, I'm expecting the same with the Moderna. And I've been actually tracking this stock for a very long time because I wanted to get long. I wanted to initially get long around, I first noticed the stock, let's say around November, December of 2020 of last year. And then I saw that the stock was breaking out of a relatively decent 6-month base. I didn't catch the breakout, but I don't necessarily chase, right? So I watched the stock go all the way to 178.50, didn't chase. I actually was paying attention to it with this incredible fall here, right? Once it peaked in December, I watched the stock and I saw it fall all the way. And I think anyone that's subscribed to our newsletter got an email essentially talking about this trade. I saw the stock go to 102.66 and still didn't pull the trigger. So I think around here, around late December is when I sent an email to subscribers, and definitely it's free, saying like, hey, I like Moderna. It's trading at around 102. Look out for it. So I didn't take the trade here. Saw the subsequent run up. So I missed it twice, but this is a lesson in patience, right? Saw it run up to a high of 187, missed the boat because again I wanted to get in here but wanted it to pull back a little bit, missed the boat. Now I'm watching it fall once again, so maybe I'll be able to finally get into this trade. But like I said, it's a lesson in patience, right? Because the market will always give you opportunities to enter a trade or to get long. And again, I've been doing this for 20 years, so I've learned how to control that quote-unquote FOMO. And so I'm actually hopeful that I actually get into this trade at a price point that's suitable for me. But again, sitting here at 131, I say all that to, one, give you a story about my story with Moderna, but also to say that I'm expecting the stock to pull back. Ideally, if it pulls back under 100, which would be slightly under this red line, for me, from a risk reward perspective, that would be a relatively decent area to go long. What else? All right, so let's wrap it up and round it out with ticker OCGN. It's a daily chart. The stock is up north of 9% on the day, close to 1046. I'm seeing that it's actually also up north of 5% in after hours. I see a quote of 1094. So we kind of bounced off. I wouldn't say session lows, because session lows comes in at $10.40. We closed at 1046. So we bounced off that level. We're up a little bit in after hours. So I'm not quite sure what caused the run up. This is just purely from a technical perspective. Let's switch to the hourly here. You can see definitely had that gap up this morning, but once it peaked and hit that high of 1405 up here, it did nothing but decline all day long, which tells me that people were trying to get out. So heading into tomorrow, granted, again, we're up slightly in after hours on relatively decent volume. I think it was something like over 1 million, but I'm not sold yet. I'm not sold. Definitely you want to pay attention to how the stock opens up tomorrow. If you see in pre-market it's collapsing and we actually open up below the close of 1046, I would say watch out. Chances are you're going to take out today's low of 1041 and potentially even crater to sort of trade within this gap here. So sitting at 1045, I would be cautious taking a long position here. If you wanted to go long this stock, I would say from a risk reward perspective, trying to catch a bounce off of that $8.99 area might not be bad. Obviously you want to take into consideration your risk parameters as well as your position size. All right. Hope that makes sense. Tina here, ShortMeTina.com. If you enjoyed any portion of that video, do several things for me. One, definitely hit the like button and comment. That's about it. And two, right now what we're doing is we're hosting a 14-day free trading course on our website. Remember, I've been trading for about 20 years now, and I've learned a lot of things about the stock market, including how to be patient, right? Patience definitely will take you a very far away. So if you're interested in those lessons, definitely head on over to ShortMeTina.com and provide us with a valid email address so we can know where to send the lessons to. You don't need to enter your credit card information or anything like that. Just all we ask for, again, is a valid email. And over the course of 14 days, about 2 weeks, I kind of walk you through some of the lessons that I still sort of practice to this day, even after 20 years. All right. So if you're interested, definitely head on over to ShortMeTina.com. And thank you for listening. March Blitz will continue tomorrow. So I'll talk to you then. Bye.